Hi all, very good morning. Welcome to Chandan English YouTube channel. This is Joshna. In this session, I am going to discuss about human respiratory system in detail. At first, I will explain you through diagrams. So at the end of the sessions, I am going to display 20 MCQs. So based on the thing which I have explained, you must answer those questions. Okay. So everybody from starting to end, listen carefully. So this chapter is very important in RRB Group D, SSC, GD, like in every exams. So recently in Telangana also job notifications have been released, and in AP also, okay, job notifications are yet to be released. So this session is especially useful for all the competitive exams. Okay, so students listen properly, and at the end of the session I will display the MCQs. You must mention the answers in the comment section. Okay, before that, all of you very good morning. And before starting the sessions, once all of you click the like button. And in this session, as I am continuing the general science series, yesterday I have dealt with the general science MCQs, and today I am going to like a biology concept, human respiratory system. Okay, very good morning, Sharanya, Sagar, Shivani. Okay, very good morning. Next, what is lung actually? Okay, study of lung is known as what, students? I think everybody knows this. Okay, study of lungs is known as what? Pulmonology. And the person who deals with the lung diseases and the person who deals with the lung is known as what? Pulmonologist. So everybody knows this. Okay, so I am going to explain some of the general facts of this lungs, how the inhalation and exhalation happens, and what is the process actually used in this respiration process. So these are the things I am going to discuss in this session. And not only this, what are the respiratory diseases, like disorders? Okay, so each and every students, please all of you listen carefully. Why? Because this chapter is very important. In every exam you can expect one question from this chapter. Okay, so what is this actually? If you observe, so what is this, students? This is lung. Okay, lungs actually. So what are the uses of the lungs? They are used for the wait a minute. They are used for the respiration purpose and also for the filtration of the blood. Okay, these are the some of the functions of the lungs. Okay, so tell me one thing, students. We have two types of lungs. Okay, they are spongy and elastic in nature. Our lungs are spongy and elastic in nature. So tell me, okay, the right side lung will be larger or the left side lung will be larger? Which side lung will be larger? Tell me, students. So this is English. Okay, yes, that's what I am saying. This session is completely I am going to explain in English. Why? Because it is Chandan Likes English YouTube channel. Okay. So tell me, students, which lung is larger? Like right lung or left lung? All of you mention your answers in the comment section. The persons who are in the live session, you must mention the questions which I am asking. No. Which lung is larger? Right lung or left lung? Very good. Okay. Right lung. When you compare like a right lung and left lung, the right lung is somewhat larger than the left lung. Remember, students, very important. Okay, when you compare with the right lung to left lung, the right lung will be somewhat larger than the left lung. So this is right lung. Okay, and what is the difference you are observing here? This is right lung and this is left lung. Okay, and one more thing, students, very important. Yes. Okay, one more thing. Why? Because left is small due to presence of heart. Yes. Okay, why? Because left lung has a cardiac notch attached to it. Left lung has a cardiac notch attached to it. So I will explain in detail. Okay, so tell me, students, like right lung has 3 lobes. Okay, right lung has 3 lobes: superior lobe, middle lobe, inferior lobe. This is also very important thing to be remembered. And when it comes to left lung, it has superior lobe and inferior lobe. There is no middle lobe in left lung. Okay, and the thing which separates the lobes is known as in right lung it is horizontal fixture. How many horizontal fixtures are there in right lung? Like 1, 2. Okay, and the thing which separates the lobes in left lung is known as lobe oblique fissure. Very important, students. Okay, so in general we have 2 lungs, one left lung, one right lung. When compared, if we compare both the lungs, right lung will be somewhat larger than the left lung. And how many lobes are present in the right lung? 3 lobes. Superior lobe, middle lobe, inferior lobe. And left lung has only 2 lobes, superior lobe and inferior lobe. And the lobes are separated by horizontal fissures in right lung and oblique fissure in left lung. The cardiac notch is attached to the left lung. Very important, students. So tell me, students, our lungs are protected by rib cage. Our lungs are protected by what? Rib cage. Okay, and one more thing you have to remember, students, our rib cage, that is nothing but it consists of 12 pairs of bones. That means in each side we have 12 rib cage bones. Okay, it is a bone actually. Okay, it is a bone actually. When we inhale and exhale, why our ribs will move forward and backward? Okay, even though it is a bone, it is moving forward and backward. So what is the reason behind that? Okay, there exists a intercostal muscle. Remember, students, very important. Okay, so you know what is ribs. So these are the ribs actually. Okay, so here it is 12 pairs and here it is 12 pairs. And inside our lungs will be present. When we inhale and exhale, the rib cage will move forward and backward even though it is so strong. Why? Why? Because this rib cage is surrounded by this rib cage consists of a muscles known as, very important, students, muscles known as intercostal muscle. Okay, this intercostal muscle will helps the rib cage move forward and backward when we inhale or exhale. Very important thing, students. And the diaphragm will present at the, so in the next slides I will explain, students, don't worry. Okay, and remember this thing, the muscles which surrounds the, which is present beneath the rib cage is known as intercostal, intercostal muscles. So these intercostal muscles helps the rib cage to move forward and backward. Okay, so this is all regarding this general anatomy of lungs. Okay, so as I told you already, pulmonology. What is the pulmonology? It is the study of lungs, and the specialist who deals with the lungs are known as what? Pulmonologist. Physical structure, as I told, how the lungs will be there? How the lungs will be there? They will be like spongy and elastic in nature. Okay, the lungs are a pair of spongy and elastic in nature. So the right lung will be somewhat larger, as I told. So how much? So how much normal weight of the right lung will be? Means it is just 620 grams. Okay, 620 grams. And when comes to left lung, how much weight the left lung will be in adults? Means 550 grams. In total, okay, the weight of the lungs ranges from 1100 to 1300 grams. So remember, students, very important. Okay, in general, the weight of the lungs, so both the lungs, how much it is? Like 1100 to 1300 grams. Okay, right lung will be 620 grams and the left lung will be 550 grams. Okay, and next, as I told you, this right lung has 3 lobes and left lung has 2 lobes. What are the protective layers? As I told already, the lungs are enclosed in a dual membrane called the pleural membrane or pleura. So this is known as what, students? The membrane which protects the lungs from rib cage. So what is that membrane is known as, students? It is known as like pleural membrane or pleura. This is also very important. And externally they are protected by the rib cage which consists of 12 pairs. In total 24. Okay, very important, students. So each and every students from starting to ending without missing any single word which I am repeating, don't miss this session. Okay. Next. Yes. Respiratory pathway. So these are the things like what is in lungs. So what are the parts of lungs? Okay. So what is the weight of the lung? So who are the specialists who deals with lung? These are regarding in the first set. Those are in the first slide. And now in detail I am explaining how the respiration process will occur. Okay. So this is nasal cavity, as we all know. Nasal cavity is nothing but what? So this is present in our nose. When we inhale the nose, okay, when we inhale the nose, the air, the carbon dioxide, okay, the carbon dioxide enters into the oxygen or carbon dioxide. We inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So in general, the air enters through our nasal cavity through larynx. So before larynx there is a organ called, what is that? Pharynx and glottis. So what is the function of this pharynx and glottis, students? They will separate air and food. Okay, this pharynx and glottis, what is the function of this? They will separate the food and air. And then next, larynx. This is also known as what, students? Voice box. In men, extra development of this cartilage is called the Adam's apple. Very, very important. Okay, the air enters into the nasal cavity and then next pharynx and then next larynx, and through trachea it enters into the bronchioles, and through it enters into the bronchioles, and through bronchioles it will enter into the bronchi, and finally through the alveoli. So this is what happening. So I have discussed many times, gas exchange takes place in which part of the lung? Alveoli. Okay, so this is the thing which is happening in respiratory system. So once again I am explaining, students, listen properly. Okay, when we inhale the air through our nasal cavity, it enters into the pharynx. Okay, so what happens there? The food and air will be separated in that particular part. Okay, and the air which we inhale, it enters into the larynx, which is considered as voice box. So in males, there consists an extra cartilage membrane which is known as what? Adam's apple. For that purpose, when compared to woman's voice, male's voice will be somewhat harsh. Okay, and through the larynx it enters into the trachea, and through trachea it enters into the bronchi, and through bronchi it enters into the bronchioles, and finally it enters into the alveoli. So what happens in the alveoli? In the alveoli, gas exchange takes place. Okay, what happens in the alveoli, students? Gas exchange takes place. Hi Govardhan. Next, trachea. So as I told, trachea is also known as what, students? Windpipe. So windpipe is air passage and esophagus means food passage. Remember that thing. A tube. So what will be the length of this trachea? The length of the trachea is 12 centimeters and 2.5 centimeters in diameter. Very, very important, students. The things which I am explaining, those things are very, very important things. Okay, the length of the trachea through which the air passes into the lungs is how much, students? 12 centimeters, and the diameter of the trachea will be at an average of 2.5 centimeters. Next, they are protected by cartilaginous rings. So these trachea, how this trachea will be actually? This trachea will be actually in this manner. So this trachea is protected by what, students? Cartilaginous rings. And this is called bronchi. Okay, from trachea it enters through the lungs through bronchi, and these things are known as what? How they are appearing as branches, these things are known as what, students? Bronchioles. And these bronchioles consist of alveoli, which are like sacs, small sacs. Okay, and the respiration, exchange of the gases happens in this alveoli, as I have discussed many times. Okay, next. Bronchi and bronchioles, the trachea split into primary and secondary bronchi, which branch further into bronchioles. Did you get what I said? So this is trachea actually. Okay, so it will split into bronchis. Okay, it will split into bronchis, and this bronchi again split into bronchioles, and these bronchioles consist of alveoli, where the gas exchange takes place. We have discussed many times. Okay, now what happens? So this is what happening. So what are the stages of respiration system, students? Inhalation, exhalation, pass. there exists a pause in between the inhalation and exhalation. Okay, actually what process is taking place in the respiratory system? So remember students, very very important. What process is taking place in a respiratory system? And the process is known as diffusion process. Remember students, very very important. Which process is taking place in a respiratory system? Diffusion. What is diffusion actually? The process of higher concentration particles entering into the lower concentrating particles is known as what? Diffusion. That means, okay, did you get what I said? The process of higher concentrated, that means the things which are at a higher level, they are ready to go enter into the lower concentration particles. That process is known as what? Diffusion process. The same process is taking place in this respiratory system. I will explain in detail, don't worry. Okay. So this is inhalation. This is inhalation and this is exhalation. Inhalation means what students? We are taking air. We are taking air. So what happens? So what happens to our rib cage? Our rib cage moves outwards. Okay, and the diaphragm will comes down. Okay, once all of you just inhale. Okay, if we inhale, what happens? Our rib cage will move forward and our diaphragm will move downwards. Okay, if we, okay, you can sense it. And if we exhale, what happens? Our rib cage will move front, backwards, and our diaphragm will move upwards. So this is what happening in inhalation and exhalation of our respiratory system. This is what I have shown. If we inhale the air, ribs move out and the diaphragm moves down. The diaphragm which present here, it moves down. And if we exhale, what happens? The ribs move back. Okay, the ribs move back and the diaphragm will move back. Okay, the diaphragm will be where it is. So this is what happening in inhalation and exhalation, or you can sense it. Inhale, the ribs move out and the diaphragm will move downwards. And if we exhale, what happens? The ribs will be moves back and the diaphragm will be moves back. So where they are, they will enter to their positions. Okay, that is happening in the inhalation and exhalation process. And the thing, okay, some time is like a pass. Okay, the time is pass will be there now, and that process is known as what? That stage is known as what? Pass. So what is, how the diffusion process is taking place in respiration process, I am going to discuss now. So remember students, very very important. So this is the lung. Okay, so what is this students? Cardiac notch. Through this cardiac notch, what happens? Okay, this is cardiac notch actually. What is the function of heart actually? It circulates the blood from heart. Listen properly students. So this is the actual processes which is happening in our respiratory system. Okay, the carbon dioxide from heart, it enters into the alveoli. The carbon dioxide from gas enters into the lung, and through the lung it will enters into the alveoli. Okay, this is what happening here, and this whole process is known as what students? Diffusion process. Okay, the carbon dioxide, how the carbon dioxide, sorry, okay, the blood from heart, okay, the blood from heart enters into the lungs. The blood from heart enters into the lungs through cardiac notch. So what is present in blood students? RBC, red blood cells, white blood cells, blood platelets, and finally plasma. If we observe in red blood cell, the content of carbon dioxide is more. So remember, okay, if we observe in red blood cell, the content of the carbon dioxide will be more. Okay, this is red blood cells which are entering into the lungs through cardiac notch. These red blood cells consist of carbon dioxide. Okay, and this is a blood vessel. So what happens? These red blood cells enters into the alveoli. Some are the other way. So how the alveoli will be? They are like sacs. A alveoli consists of oxygen. Remember students, the red blood cells, okay, the red blood cells from heart, not the red blood cells, the blood from heart enters into the alveoli. In alveoli, already oxygen is present. So what I told, diffusion process means what, students? The process of higher concentrating particles entering into the lower concentration particles. And the blood in which the red blood cells are there, those red blood cells consist of what? Carbon dioxide. Okay. This carbon dioxide enters into the alveoli. So these alveoli consist of what? Oxygen. So which is in more, students? Oxygen is highly concentrated. That means, as I told you, the process of higher concentration level, higher concentration particles entering into the lower concentration particles. That means carbon dioxide is in lower concentration and oxygen is in higher concentration in alveoli. That means what is happening here? Oxygen will be excess. Okay, oxygen will be excess. This is happening during what, students? Inhalation process. And the reverse will be happened in exhalation process. Okay, this is what yes, this is happening in alveoli. Alveoli, what is the function of alveoli, students? Gas exchange. So this is what happening. Okay, the RBC which is entering into the alveoli, it consists of carbon dioxide, and the alveoli, it is excess in oxygen. That means gas exchange is taking place in this alveoli, and that is inhalation and exhalation process. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. So this is the process which is happening in our respiratory system in alveoli. And what is the name of that process, students? Diffusion. The process of higher concentration particles entering into the lower concentration particle. This is what is happening in inhalation and exhalation process. Okay. Very good, students. Inhalation, as I told you, active process. The intercostal muscles and diaphragm. So I have explained you already. Intercostal muscles. What do you mean by intercostal muscles? These muscles, when we inhale or exhale, helps the rib cage to move forward and backward. Okay. The intercostal muscles and the diaphragm contract, moving the diaphragm downward and the ribs backward. So what I have explained in this diagram, those are mentioned in this paragraph. Okay. So what is the diffusion process actually? So listen properly. Gas exchange occurs via diffusion, where particles move from higher concentration to lower concentration level. What do you mean by diffusion? Particles enter from higher concentration level to lower concentration level. Okay. The CO2 from RBC enters into the alveoli. The alveoli which is already in excess carbon dioxide. So what happens that this carbon dioxide which is in higher concentration, it is entering into the lower concentration, and finally which we will okay. Oxygen moves from the higher concentration environment of the alveoli into the lower concentration blood in the red blood cells. Did you got what I said? The oxygen is in higher concentration level in alveoli. RBI consists of lower concentration carbon dioxide. That means higher concentration is entering into the lower concentration RBC. That's what the blood is purified. Okay, in the way the blood is purified, filtered. Okay. Yes. Very good. Very good. Next, lungs volume and capacity. This is very, very interesting thing, students. Okay. So in general, so I am inhaling without any force. Okay. Now all the persons are inhaling and exhaling. Okay. We are not giving any force either to inhale or exhale. In normal inhaling, how much volume of air we will inhale means, that is 500 ml. Did you get what I said? Okay. We are not forcing inhaling or we are exhaling. Normally if we are respiring, so how much volume of air we will inhale means 500 ml or 0.5 liter. Very, very important thing, students. Remember, each and every point is very, very important. I have gathered all the important points I am displaying on the blackboard, students. So each and every students, don't miss even a single thing which I am displaying. Okay. So did you get what? Did you understand what I said? So we are normal. Okay. We are in a normal condition. We are inhaling. How much volume of gas we can inhale? 500 ml, 0.5 liters. Okay. I am inhaling forcefully. Okay, you will do meditation, right? What we will do actually, we will inhale the air with force. At that time, how much liters of, like how much ml of, how much volume of air we can inhale means, that is known as what? Inspiratory reserve volume. Okay, the extra air that can be inhaled with maximum effort, how much volume of air we can inhale? 2500 to 3500 ml. Remember students, very important. If in normal, how much volume of air can we inhale? 500 ml. If we inhale with the force, with maximum effort, how much volume of air can be inhaled? 2500 to like 3500 ml. This is very important, and that is known as what, students? Inspiratory reserve volume. And next one is expiratory reserve value. Expiratory reserve value means with the force, how much amount of, how much volume of air can we exhale with the force? Okay, you know meditation, right? Inhaling, exhaling. So with effort, how much amount of air can we exhale? Like 1000 ml. Very important, and that is known as what, students? Expiratory reserve value. And what is this vital capacity? Vital capacity means the total of all this, the total of like tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume and expiratory reserve volume. The complete addition of these three volumes is known as what, students? Vital capacity. Very important. How much the vital capacity ranges from 3400 to 4800 ml. Okay, so this will be appeared in the vital volume of respiration appears in athletes. Okay, you know all athletes. Okay, if we run, when compared to normal person, the respiration takes place faster. Okay, so what type of exchange is happening there? Vital capacity of expiration is happening here. That means tidal volume, okay, which is normal. Okay, we are exhaling and inhaling faster when we run. Once all of you take a run, how the respiration takes place very fast. So what type of volume is taking place there? Vital capacity. Very important. Okay, and residual volume. Residual volume is nothing but we are inhaling and we are exhaling. Some portion of the during exhalation, some portion of the air will be present in the alveoli, and that extra portion is known as what, students? Residual volume. Total lung capacity. This is very important. That means how much amount of air can our lungs bear? How much amount of air can our lungs bear means 6000 ml. That means 6 liters of air our lungs can bear. Very important, students. Each and everything is very important. Are you all on live or you will left somewhere? Please mention it in the comment section. You are on live or left? I am not getting any messages from here, from there. Am I audible and visible? Please, any one of you confirm. So these things are very important, students. So normally when we are inhaling, the volume of that gas is 500 ml. Okay, if we inhale with force, that is 2500 to 3500 ml. If we exhale with force, 1000 ml. Even though we are exhaling, there will be some air which is present in the alveoli, and that is 1000 ml. Vital capacity means it is for athletes. The combination of tidal volume, IVC and EVC, that is vital capacity. And what is the total capacity of lung? 6000 ml, which is nothing but it can inhale 6 liters of air. So very important. Okay, done, students? Okay, done. So these points are very important, students. If your exam in a moderate to difficult level, these types of questions you can expect. Okay, next, respiratory disorders. So for every organ there will be some disorders. Disorders are nothing but what? Diseases like asthma, okay, pneumonia. So pneumonia, this is a disease which occurs mostly in children. Okay, pneumonia, asthma and tuberculosis. These are all related to this respiratory disorders. Very important, students. Okay. Asthma caused by the blockage or contraction of the bronchial muscle. So what is this asthma actually? So what is this bronchiole, students? Actually this is the trachea and this is the bronchi and these are the bronchioles, right? And these bronchioles consist of sacs. This sacs is known as what? Alveoli. Okay. So these bronchiole, okay, there is a blockage in bronchiole. If there is a blockage in this bronchiole, either it may be a pus or something like anything. Okay. And that situation is known as what, students? Asthma. And what is pneumonia? Pneumonia is nothing but inflammation of the alveoli air sacs. Inflammation of the alveoli. That means this is alveoli, right? If there is a inflammation, and that means if there is something stuck in that air sacs, there occurs a condition which is known as what? Pneumonia. So this pneumonia, it appears mostly in children. And finally, tuberculosis, inflammation of the lungs or the surrounding pleural membrane. This pleural membrane protects our lungs, right? Okay, it is also known as pleura. If there is a inflammation in lungs, and that condition is known as what, students? Tuberculosis. That person always he will not stoply, he will cough. Okay, that is TB. So these are the some of the disorders of respiratory system. Okay. And this is hemothorax. Hemothorax means what, students? Accumulation of blood in the pleural place. This is also one of the disorder. So what I have said, students, these are lungs actually. So imagine these are lungs. Okay. So what happens? This is a pleural membrane. Okay. This is a pleural membrane which protects the lungs. Why? Because lung is a spongy and elastic organ. This pleural membrane will protect this lungs, and the externally the ribcage will protect this lungs. If there is a accumulation of blood, if there is a blood clottage in this pleural membrane, what type of disorder it is called as? And that disorder is known as what, students? Hemothorax. Okay. If fluid is displaced, if in this place, if the fluid is present, that type of disorder is known as what, students? Pleural effusion. These are very, very important, students. Okay, very, very important. Yes. Okay. If there appears a blood in a pleural membrane, that condition is known as what, students? Hemothorax. If there appears a fluid in a pleural membrane, that condition is known as what, students? Pleural effusion. If there appears air in pleura, that condition is known as what? Pneumothorax. And if there appears pus in the pleura place, that is known as what, students? Emphysema. Very, very important. Okay, very, very important, students. Make a screenshot of it. Yes, very good, Serenia. So each and every students, if you know any additional information regarding this, you can mention in the comment section. So this session is very, very important, students. Why? Because I have covered each and every important thing which will be appeared in examinations. Okay, each and everything is important, like total capacity of lung is 6 liters. Okay, everything, tidal volume 500 ml. So remember each and every point, and these are the respiratory disorders. Okay, and now I am going to display 20 most important MCQs which I have already gave in examinations. So I will see who are going to give answers in a very fast way. Okay. First question, yes, Christmas and New Year offers are going on. Today is the last day to grab the opportunity. Any course you can get it only for $399. 0 to Hero course is also available on our Chandan Loix app. Christmas and New Year offers are also going on. SSC GD special batch complete course is also available on our Chandan Loix app. SSC exam complete course is also available. Railway exam is also available on our Chandan Loix app. Bank exams is also available. Bank SSC RRB combo course is also available on our Chandan Loix app. APPSC, TGPSC, SA constable courses are also available. So which medical speciality focus on the study of the lungs? Cardiology, pulmonology, nephrology, gastroenterology. Tell me, students, each and every student who is going to give answers to my question first. Yes, I am not getting any answers from you. Am I audible and visible? Please, any one of you confirm. And I am going to display 20 most important expected questions. Yes, very good. The person, the specialist who deals with the lungs, that person is known as what, students? Pulmonologist. Very good, pulmonology. And what is this cardiology? Who study of heart, study of heart. Nephrology means study of kidneys. And gastroenterology means study of like gastric problems. Yes, very good students. These questions are very, very important. Next question I am going to display. How many lobes does the right lung have? 2, 3, 4, 1. So who is going to give answer? Yes, come on students. Oasis. So I have already explained, in general we have pair of lungs. One is right lung and one is left lung. When compared to left lung, the size of the right lung will be somewhat larger. Okay. So each lung has lobes. How many lobes are present in right lung? Very good, 3. In left lung, how many lobes are present? 2. So what are the names of lobe students? Superior lobe, middle lobe, inferior lobe. Okay, very good students, very good. 3. Which lung is slightly larger and heavier? Left lung, right lung, both are equal, depends on the individual. So for every person, which lung will be larger and heavier when compared to other lung? Tell me, right lung or left lung? Very good students, very good. So today in this session you have to be perfect in this human respiratory concept system. Okay. Yes, right lung. The weight of this right lung will be approximately 600 grams and that is 620 grams, and that is left lung is 550 grams. What is the approximate weight of the left lung? 620 grams, 550 grams, 700 grams, 500 grams. Yes, come on students. So the thing which I have explained, so those are the MCQs which I am going to display. Very good. So what is the weight of the left lung? And one more question students, tell me. So in 1 minute, listen properly, in 1 minute, how many breathings we will take? Okay, option A 10, option B 13, option B 12 to 15, option D 20 to 25. So tell me students, in 1 minute, how many breathings? One breathing is inhale and exhale. Okay, how many such breathings we will take in 1 minute? Tell me students, this is also very, very important. 12 to 15. In an average adult, in 1 minute, one person can breathe 12 to 15 breathings. And the answer for this question is 550 grams. What protects the lungs externally besides the pleural membrane? Spine, ribcage, diaphragm, sternum. Yes, very good, very good. Okay. What protects the lungs externally? Tell me. What protects the lungs externally? Very good, very good. Yes, rib cage. Okay, this rib cage consists of 12 pairs of bones. Okay, so in total 24 bones. There exists an intercostal muscle which helps the rib cage to move forward and backward. How many pairs of ribs are there in the human rib cage? 10, 11, 12, 13. Next class, in the evening session, I am going to deal with Cholas, Pandavas, Sangam period. Okay, already in Chandan Loik's Telugu YouTube channel, I am continuing Indian history series. 8 topics were completed and today I am going to discuss with 9th topic, and the name of that is Cholas, Pandavas and Sangam period. Okay. And what is the answer for this question, student? 12. So just now I have explained 12. How can you say 11, Akhil? 12 pairs of bones in ribcage, in total 24 bones. Through which structure does air primarily enter the body? Mouth, pharynx, nasal cavity, larynx. So how the air enters into our lungs? The people who are in the live sessions, okay. All of you mention your answers in the comment section. Okay, daily at sharp 11 o'clock, I am going to continue with this general science session. So topic wise. So today I have done with biology, and tomorrow I am going to discuss with any one of the physics topics, and the next day and any one of the chemistry concept. In this way I am going to complete like general science concepts in total. Okay, so what is the answer, students? Nasal cavity. What is the common name for larynx? Windpipe, voice box, Adam's apple, glottis. What is the common name? So tell me, students. So this is also very, very important. I think this question has repeated many times in SSC, RRB and other competitive exams also. Everybody mention your answers in the comment section. Okay, Akhil, it's okay, it's okay. So after the end of the live, so you can watch this session again from start. Yes, voice box. And in male, there exists a extra cartilage, and that is known as what, students? Adam's apple. Today biology, right? Tomorrow in physics, any one of the topic. Okay, you will get a notification, don't worry. So each and every concept will be helpful for you only. Taking all exams into consideration, I am going to continue this session, students. Okay, don't miss even a single session. Yes, very good. And the extra cartilage which is present in men's that is known as what? Adam's apple. Remember that thing also. What is the approximate length of the trachea? 10 centimeters, 12 centimeters, 15 centimeters, 8 centimeters. Tell me, students, the air from nasal cavity, it enters into the lungs through this trachea, right? What is the length of the trachea actually, and what is the diameter? Even mention the diameter also. Very good, students, very good. Yes. Very good. Okay. The trachea, this trachea enters the air from nasal to the lungs, right? So the length of the trachea will be 12 centimeters and its diameter will be 2.5 centimeters. Very good, very good. Diameter will be 2.5 centimeters, and this trachea is protected with the help of cartilaginous rings. Okay. The trachea is protected by bone plates, cartilaginous rings, muscle layers, pleural membrane. This pleural membrane protects lungs but not trachea. So tell me, students, hi Pooja, very good afternoon or not very good morning. Okay. Tell me, students. So this session is very, very helpful. You will get a complete concept. So what is actually happening in our respiratory system? Through this session, you will get perfect knowledge regarding this session. Not only this session, students, the sessions which I am conducting. So on the by taking all the exams into consideration, I am conducting those sessions. Yes, students, what is the answer for this question? Very good. Cartilaginous rings. Which process requires muscle contraction and is considered active? Exhalation, inhalation, pass, diffusion. So tell me, students, muscle contraction takes place during which respiratory process? Inhalation, exhalation, or pass, or what? Tell me. So once all of you inspire, once all of you inhale and all of you exhale. So when the muscle is contracting, so tell me. Yes, inhalation. Okay. And when we exhale, the muscles will relax. During inhalation, the diaphragm moves upward, downward, sidewards, remains stationary. So all of you do it practically. All of you once inhale, the diaphragm is coming down or coming up. So tell me. Yes, it is an active process. And what is the answer for this question, students? Yes, yes. Upward. Very good. Gas exchange in alveoli occurs primarily through active transport, diffusion, osmosis, filtration. So tell me, I have already explained you what is happening in the alveoli. How the gas exchange taking place. So what is the process happening there? So what is the process happening in our alveoli? Tell me, students. Yes, yes, very good. Which process is taking place in alveoli? For the gas exchange process. Very good, diffusion. Very, very important thing to be noted. What is the normal tidal volume in an adult? 500 ml, 1200 ml, 2500 ml, 6000 ml. Normal means I am standing normally, right? If I inhale, how much volume of gas can I inhale? So inhalation, okay, Nagarani, once you inhale, the diaphragm will move upwards, okay. When we exhale, the diaphragm will move downwards. So Nagarani, I am not asking, or Kausalya, I am not asking total capacity. Okay, I am not asking total capacity. Okay, and 500 ml is the correct answer. Yes, very good. Okay, 1200 ml means that is if we, after exhaling, the remaining gas which is present in the alveoli, that is what reserve capacity. Reserve capacity. That means after exhalation, the air remained in the alveoli is how much, students? 1200 ml. Yes. Vital capacity is the sum of tidal volume, IRV, ERV, TVRV, IRV plus ERV, TLC plus RV. So tell me, students, already I have explained you. Vital capacity is for athletes. That means in normal they will inhale. Okay. As they run, what happens? Their breathing will be very faster when compared to a normal person. So that includes what? So what is the sum of? Yes. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay. TV plus IRV plus ERV. Very good. Which structure in the brain primarily controls breathing? Cerebellum, medulla oblongata, hypothalamus, cortex. So very important question. So tell me, students, I think all of you know what is cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. So on these three, in these three parts of a brain, which part of the brain will control breathing? Very good. Medulla oblongata. Very good, Akhil. Asthma is mainly caused by inflammation of alveoli, blockage or contraction of brachial muscles, infection of pleural membrane, cartilage damage in trachea. Asthma. So what happens in asthma actually? Tell me. Yes, very good, very good. So every day we are going to conduct live sessions in this channel also, students. From Monday, okay, a surprise will be there. I am not going to say, so you can wait for it. So tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Blockage or contraction of branchial muscles. Okay, so what is asthma actually? So the lungs, which the trachea which is split into bronchi, and that bronchi is split into bronchioles. In that bronchiole, okay, if there is a blockage, and that condition is known as what, students? Asthma. Which disorder involves inflammation of the alveoli? Tuberculosis, asthma, pneumonia, emphysema. So tell me. Inflammation of lungs means tuberculosis, or inflammation of pleura membrane means tuberculosis. Okay. Inflammation of alveoli means what? Tell me, students. Inflammation of alveoli means, okay, pneumonia. Remember, once again I am explaining, students, don't get confused. Okay. If the bronchioli blocks, that is known as asthma. If the alveoli inflame, that condition is known as what? Pneumonia. If the lungs or pleura membrane inflame, that condition is known as what? Tuberculosis. Okay. So special offers are going on. You can get any course at $399 only. Today is the last date to grab this opportunity. Zero to Hero course is also available on offers. Up to 60% offers are going on. Today is the last date, students. Okay. Christmas and New Year offers are also going on, like RRB, NTPC complete course is also available on offer. SSC GD complete course is also available on offer. Up to 60% discount is going on. Today is the last date, students. So each and every students who are sincerely preparing, so this is a very good opportunity. Utilize this opportunity. Okay. SSC exams complete course is also available on app like offers. Bank exams complete course is also available. Railway exams complete course is also available on our Chandan Loix app. Bank SSC RRB combo course is also available. APPSC TGPSC essay constable courses are also available. APPSC TGPSC group 2 courses are also available. APPSC TGPSC special batch complete course is also available. UPSC CSAT complete course is also available. Single subject courses are also available. So each and every students, please subscribe to Chandan Loix Telugu, Chandan Loix English and Chandan Loix main channel, because from Monday we are going to conduct sessions in each and every channel, students. In order to boost your preparation, we have gone through this initiation. Okay, so students, just subscribe to those 3 channels and click the notification icon, so that whenever a live session is going, you can get a notification. And not only that, we have Telegram, Instagram and WhatsApp channels. Okay, daily current affairs PDF is provided there. You can download it. And if there is any information regarding like examination or examination results, examination dates, each and everything will be provided there. Okay, that's all for today, students. Let's meet in the evening sessions like Cholas, Pandavas in the same way. Okay. Okay, bye students, take care. In the upcoming days, you can have live classes in 3 channels. Okay, bye students, take care.